All right, friends. I guess one last video, one last thought for Monday night. Yeah, I made a stop by the grocery store, of course. You walk in and it's nothing but couples, isn't it? I knew basically from an early age that something was wrong. Maybe it was a premonition about your own life, or maybe you could say it was teenage angst. You'll have to excuse me, there's somebody packing something back there. I think it was maybe in freshman year of high school that I remember having a very distinct feeling that I knew life would not be normal for me. I didn't know how or why, and like I said, maybe you're just doing the whole, I'm an emotional teenager thing, but something deep down just told me things would not turn out normally for me. And isn't it funny how that turned out to be true? And I remember even the situation or moment, and I brought this up before, but sorry. Yeah, you don't have to tell us. We know all your videos are all the same, fat man. I don't remember how I got onto it, but I was doing internet research for something, and I remember coming across these articles that talked about Eastern European women being basically trafficked into sex slavery or something like that. And I remember reading that and getting really angry. And I'm talking about, when I say angry, I don't mean like I'm upset, or like, I'm playing a video game and I keep dying, so I'm angry. I'm talking about you become so overcome with rage on like this deep core level that I remember felt very different than it did before. And so, as you can imagine, showing up to high school, I mean, this is what's on your mind. And even back then that, like, this is not a thing that you're just going to, like, talk to people about. The conversation is happening around you, etc. That already that a wedge has basically been driven between you and other people in a way. And it only basically gets worse as you get older. Sort of in my mind, I'm picturing this sort of wave that starts small, and as you get older and more time passes, it gets bigger and bigger. And so I really do believe, I've said this before, your mid-20s is about the last time that you can try to equalize with normies, if I may use the word. Because if you can't, it truly does get worse and worse and worse, and becomes very hard, if not impossible, to do so. Now, you could also argue that why would you want to, equalize with them? After all, it's not as if normies exactly have perfect, happy lives either, right? I mean, there is plenty of dysfunctionality in it too, but it truly does only get worse. And so it's, the experiences that people will tell you about their kids, or a divorce, or that's how they got oh, this one girl or that, and the only thing in your head is that you don't even know what it's like to fucking kiss a girl. Oh, man. Oh, God, that's pretty funny. Woo! Yeah. And so, that's what I mean by is it only gets... Ooh. Sorry, it just laughed so hard you started crying a little bit. Whew. But, and that doesn't get better. That doesn't get better. That only gets worse. So you then have to ask the question, maybe it's a little too big brain nibba, maybe a little too esoteric, philosophical, whatever. So if life, whatever that life force is of creation, through women, after all, women, choose who to mate with, more or less, has decided that you are not here to create life. Then what are you here for? Honestly. Well, have a good evening.